most times this economic growth does not translate into the welfare, the well-being of the people. So whenever people hear about this economic growth, for them it is existing nominal. We saw our stock market
nominal.
Of course, that's it. We saw the stock market recording unprecedented achievement with a total capitalization value actually looking staggering. People look at their well-being, their welfare, how they make money. This for them means so much than anything you tell them. If you tell them economic growth that World Bank is projecting they're going to have 4.something% up for the fastest or the biggest in over 10 years and things like that, they will ask, how would this affect my life? How would this change my life? How would this thing translate anything in my life? For them, it means nothing. Because if big companies they are making more production and people are making more buys, sales, and stuff like that, revenues made, taxations paid, has that improved the qualities of life people live? You look at schools, you look at health, you look at transportation, you look at education, you look at the well-being, you look at environment. Some of the things today translate, do they change anything? But one would say that it is through high economic activities, government make more revenue to put in those areas we are mentioning, we are talking about. It's through this growth that also translate to money government makes, which will be put in these areas, in these key areas. We are looking at Nigeria becoming a home to over 80 million in terms of unemployment, becoming a home to close to about 140 million people in terms of poverty. We're talking about abject poverty. And if you look at some countries that have population 7 times, 6 times more than us, they don't have these figures, they don't have these realities staring them. They don't have those things. Government in those countries are doing what? I would want us to mirror or look at what India is doing with a population of about 1.4 billion people. That alone will tell you that if certain things are not done, the country will implode. But government over time has taken it upon themselves to review a lot of things, to bring transparency, to bring accountability, to kill corruption. One thing that kills this country, I've said it many times, we are not serious to fight corruption. We're not serious to plug in the loopholes. We're not serious to change the narratives, to change the way we are doing things. We've been doing these things over many decades. There are many things that are going wrong in this country. And it takes government determined to see that change. It's not about these systemic reforms that is taking time, that most time we don't see anything at the end of the day. So let the growth, because the only thing the growth we do is to give government more revenue, and would government invest those revenues in those areas that will affect the lives of the people? That's
big question. Big question. 0803-221-6973, 0803-827-6694. Those are the numbers to call to get involved. You have a minute, 30 seconds. Be as objective as possible. Please go straight to the point. Let us hear you. 0803-221-6973. Good morning. Yes, good morning.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Good morning. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
I moved away from the radio.
Good.
Good morning, Ogidi.
Good morning, you're welcome.
I think the earlier we start talking about economy, the better for all of us. An economy that does not impact on the common man. What do you expect him to do? What? How are you? What will be your opinion? My name is Odazi. I'm reaching you from Udala. Now coming to Epoma. I'm sure I don't know of some events. I know Ogiriada. Epoma is an institution. By now, Epoma should be highly respected. By now, those that handle our institutions, especially tertiary, should know how to handle institutions like Epoma. They should know the kind of laws that they will bring to bear in our institutions of higher learning. After SARS, by now we would have learned a lesson. That incident in Epoma was not very nice. And I know that Epoma has brought up a lot of people, including Lumeluya, Tony, a lot of them. they should at least put an eye and look at the governing body of that institution and make it what it should be. That Ambrosali University, make it what it should be. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You have a good day too. Hello, good morning. You should try to reconnect. Good morning. Are you there? Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Chief Dr. Dim, you are blessed. Good morning.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
I am Gedi Ezra Pakego, streaming the airwaves right from Osumoro. Tony, my dear brother, let me tell you, the problem of Nigeria is insolvable. Yes, you are trying your best as a teacher, every day teaching, lecturing. We are hearing you. More grace to your elbow. Nigeria's problem is endemic. 1894 was when Lugard came to Nigeria. Before 1894, Igbos, Hausas, that were not Fulanese, the Yorubas, we were not having any problems. Somewhere along the line, Patrick Lugard came here. Codedly, a foreigner came here and implanted what we are suffering today. Let me tell you, go and read the account of Richard Akinjide. It is now in vogue, quite online. He narrated it fine. The problem of Nigeria did not start here today. It never started today. It was engraved by foreigners through amalgamation. God has admission said, the hyena, the quail or whatever the name is, lion and goat, sheep can never live in one cage. We are being forced to be one against what God has destined Nigeria to be. It can never ever work. We can never be one. And the problem of Nigeria, being that it is insolvable, can always be there. Even multiplying. When I was small, China, India, Nigeria, there was not the threat of Singapore and Malaysia. They were one alongside Nigeria. Today, where are these countries? They are in the 10th world. Nigeria is in the 10th world. Stop bothering yourself. Nigeria has been engraved, given away to foreigners. And that is how it's going to continue. Unabatedly. On daily basis, we continue to have one problem or the other in this country. Until we go back as we were before the coming of the white man. We resist them as the Burkina Faso resisted France. We resist Britain. We go as we were, as God created us. Good morning, everyone in the studio.
Good morning to you too. 08038276694. Let's hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you too.
Hi, Speaker Dr. Toro Ritambeki. Good morning, sir.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Obike from Obosi. I proceed. You know, in terms of Nnamdi Kanu case, sit at home, you know, I have looked the thing very deep. If you watch in this Southeast, I know about 9 families that go out with their family down to Asabadere because of that one day alone. Some of our brothers here, because of the issue, they go down, up from this Southeast for them to survive. That is a very big issue in this Southeast. But one thing that I remember so much, that him or Dumegutuku said here to the hearing of everybody that time, that as far as him, as a military man, did not get Biafra, then nobody will get it. I tell you, and what we are going today, see where we find ourselves today. But one thing I want to say is, see this is out there, they have gone to stay. But one thing will stop it there. Let's federal government do the next one and release Nnamdi Kanu. It's all this thing will stop. All these fracas, all this fracas will stop. I remember last year, 5G governor, they've gone down to meet Mr. President. And Enugu State governor, it's only the president that asked Mr. President, sir, can you do me one favor? He asked him, what is that? He said, please, sir, if you can listen Nnamdi Kanu for us, it will be very calm and cool. He did not answer that governor today. If you watch what we are seeing today, my brother, you can never tell anybody as a citizen of this Southeast anywhere to go out on Monday, whether for market or for anywhere. That person can never go. You remember how many people have done that because of this Monday sit at home? Without the governor or president, you cannot force anybody to go out. Because if anything happens to that person or the family, none of them will come out. So one thing I want to say, I beg, federal government, I beg, please, release Nnamdi Kanu so that Southeast everywhere will be very calm. I want the government to obey the instruction, to avoid destruction. I rest my case here, you are blessed.
Good morning to you too. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, my sister, Tony Olisambetti.
You're welcome, it's good to have you.
My name is Honorable Idenze, Mayor Okuchuku Mejeti, Floro Tendo, Nauda Nozi. Can I go on?
Go ahead, please.
Let me say it categorically clear. Tony Olisambetti, I like your analysis about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and all the losses that we secure. But let me make it clear for you. I'm not a member of IPOB. But the life of the family of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was killed. I want to ask you, does it not amount to the amount of money that we are losing? If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not being released, I want to tell you, do whatever you want to do. Nothing will stop you sit at home. You know why? Why? Is because the Southeast governors are the main cause of him being in prison. How do you think that people can listen to this? People are enjoying that sit at home now, as far as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. So the only thing that can solve it is not whether economic loss or whether all these things we are saying. Just to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you will see sit at home. We stop itself. Apart from this, the federal government continues to hold the man that does not do anything and leave Sadido Kubo and Sunday on moving in the street and hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. I'm telling you, Nigeria is not going to. Thank you.
Good morning. A few more calls and then we head over to Facebook. Good morning to you. Are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
I thank you for one analysis they give us. The Southeast is at home. My name is Solomon. I'm not from Udala. About Southeast is at home. Southeast is at home. Our politicians, that's the problem of all those things. Because the time where arrest Sunday from Yoruba, then when go on behind, go break all the fire when they come out for those things. Now, about arrest Mazen Nnamdi, the leadership of a party, they don't want to go up and go in and quench this fire when come out. Now, since that some come become another hand to the earth. Me, I do business. My brother, I do business. Oh, that's every Monday. Don't say we lost big money. But we want our own rights. Because we don't give our own rights to Nigeria. Nobody will listen to us. Okay, see what happened for you. For protest, what you do on Saturday, I ain't go arrest this. Join say that some. The protest will start by 8 o'clock. From 10 to 11, 12. Now if some don't enter, they arrest the students for this. Now they begin and we shift them. So only thing for this country is to pray. May God help us for this country. May God keep us with it. Because this country will suffer for years. See how many allocation will they give us. So the government of Delta State talk yesterday. Then they give us allocation. So any government said that they give us allocation for government, say that government are lying. Something they're going on for this country. Every day is the economic this and that, I borrow money this one, I borrow money this one, every van where they hope for benefit. So may God bless us. So, thank you for allowing me to report to Udala Radio.
All right, then. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, my honorable speaker.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Go ahead, please.
See, let me say something here. You won't blame the citizens of Southeast. We need to blame the people in the corridors of power. Okay, fine and good. Nnamdi Kanu has been jailed by the judiciary. What are the efforts? But we remember what the case is still going on. We all said that it's only political solution. It's what can solve the issue. What are the efforts of the Southeast governor to seek for that political solution? Opus Odema is always there with the president. When the president is traveling, you will see him in the airport. When the president is coming back, you will see him in the airport to welcome back the president. Even at the time, you become a personal PA to the president. That you will see him taking by one place or the other inside the office of the president. They have never given peace to raise the issue of Nnamdi Kanu in the presence of the president. Because if you tell me about every other governor in Southeast, Udala is the closest. But we have been seeing it in activities with the president. So now, the people, I believe that this man has been jailed. If anything that made us to come out now and I said, let us stop the status. So what are the benefits of those years that this status started? So this is a question that the Southeast governors need to add. Even the governors of Anambra said that. They came out the other time and tell us that it's a threat to the president, which we know. So let those governors, because this issue started from the Southeast governor when they came out and first and foremost to prescribe the IPOB members before every other thing now follows. So the truth here is that if they know the way that they started with the IPOB, it would be very nice that they now started having a series of meetings. It's actually that the status is affecting the courts and the welfare of Southeast. Let the governors them sit down and find a way to go and meet the president and bring up a political solution where they promise that is the only surviving thing that we have now.
All right, then. Your point has been quite noted. Tony, before I head over to the comments on Facebook, I forgot to mention a lot of things have been happening, especially in different communities. Is it Aguleri or Moerik, which of them has been in the news for the burst of what's it called now? A building where some girls underage, some allegedly have been kept for some illegal reasons. Also, Obo is in the news for what I'd call some persons called traditional banditry. You saw the video trending of the masquerade that went on a distraction rampage. Attacking people on the road, blocking roads, even in places of emergencies, attacking people even riding on bikes.
I think there's no need going deep into this. It is criminal, pure criminality.
Kudos to the state governor who has also ordered the arrest of the persons involved in that.
Everyone who is involved in any form of criminality should be arrested. We cannot discredit our culture the way it is going. Masquerade is not actually meant to start beating people, committing crimes. Masquerades are there to display some dances to the sharing of the people. People clap for them. That's what it's cultural. But situations where masquerades are used for toll collecting, money collecting, using canes, long sticks to beat people, they are criminals.
Harassing people.
These are criminals. Criminals. And no government will sit idly and watch this kind of developments go on. We've seen that happening in most communities in Anambra State. They call it Imoka, they call it Imogidi, they call it Imodisi, Modat. They are criminals. And we don't allow people to move around the street, the roads with long canes. You don't do that. And police should sweep monitor some of these melee. We could not allow. I mean, look at the way things are going. And let me also add to what people have listened to comments, but it's important for people to know that if you are calling on governors to do this, to do that, they are comfortable for life. Many of their children may not be here, and you think you are punishing them. We are going to continue to sit at home. After all, release Mazen Nandekano. If you don't release Mazen Nandekano, we are punishing them. It is a will for us. They are comfortable. These people, they are not, in fact, in our own world. Their families are not in our own world.
Their children don't sit at home.
They are not in our own world. Right. We are okay. So most times I want us to think beyond our horizons. I remember my vice chancellor those days in University of Nigeria and Soccer, Professor Ginege, remember therefore, he would always encourage us to reason beyond OP junction. We don't joke with that very statement. He would tell us, in everything we do, if we put on our reasoning cap, reason beyond OP. OP is one of the popular junctions close to UNN. You must reason beyond that junction.
All right.
For you to see the light.
Okay, Tony. Let's head over to Facebook. Kevin C. Okoya Angolika. Kingsley Waboiza, your question isn't very clear. He said, at what pace is Southeast moving for the famous seat at home was declared? I don't know exactly what you're hinting at. But Onye Mary Chizoba, Collins Uzoma, we see you. Good morning to you as well, and thank you for the compliments. Arinze Ijimboye, he says he's texting from Igbariam Farm Settlement. He says he's thanking American government for giving Nigeria weapons to fight insurgency. But the question he has is, who is going to control it? The same Nigerian military that is sympathetic to their brothers? Why can't they continue firing it left and right? Why you doing it inside? Okay, Maole Bara, 2 comments here. And she's focusing on what Wood said concerning the marginalized, subjugated, and oppressed Southeasterners finding redemption in Peter Obi. She said there is no political actor in Nigeria today that has as much presidential and leadership qualities as Obi to secure and advance Nigeria of our dream. He is a very good market. Let's market him. Nigeria can be possible under Peter Obi. And then we head over to the second video on Facebook. And some of the comments here include that of Ozemena Edwin in Nemeka, and he says, honestly, you're politically correct talking about. Okay, I'm going to start again. He said, honestly, your politically correct takes on the Southeast situation are transparently Machiavellian. The calculated framing and selective empathy serve a clear agenda, not honest analysis. You always portray yourself. Okay, I'm sorry, but you should have told us what you actually think about the sit-at-home situation, which I believe is what you are hinting at, Ozemena Edwin Nemeka, instead of that comment you made. So when next you want to actually propose or contest what someone has said, you tell us, on the contrary, what you think the solution should be. And that is what we are looking at.
Exactly.
And it's a Chukura Salt. He says, we often overlook the events that led to the sit-at-home protest in the Southeast. As the saying goes, for every cause there is an effect. There is documented evidence of Nigerian security agents shooting and killing peaceful protesters, which eventually pushed IPOB to adopt the sit-at-home approach. It is also important to note that protests in Nigeria are frequently infiltrated by sponsored individuals who hijack them to create criminal activities. The sit-at-home madness should stop. Yes, we understand the background. The question I ask, and I'm still asking, is how do we as a people collectively come together to put an end to this? Is the government doing enough for us by providing security? I mean, isn't it weird that just one day, Monday, the first working day of the week, became a day that people are afraid to come outside and go about their businesses, and over time, it became a day that people became very comfortable with sitting at home. For some persons, it is an extended holiday. I once spoke to a person who said, Southeasterners have not rested since after the Civil War. They have been trying to rebuild. So Mondays are a day for them to rest. Come off it. No. We have to have these conversations, and we should be better. We should better be more critical about it and honest as against apportioning blames. Cityman says the government of the day at all levels are only after their selfish interests. No accountability and what have you. They travel to other developed countries and see how their system work, but they can't emulate and bring it down here. Instead, they load their pockets with taxpayers' money. I don't tire for these people. Have a nice day. Victor Ndubisi If we stop this sit-at-home order just like that, how can we show Nigeria that we are not happy about continuation of the detention of Nnamdi Kanu? Okay, and Florence Masajuwa. Doc, I disagree with you that because Ojukwu couldn't get Biafra, therefore no other person can get it. So long as the factors that led Ojukwu to agitate for Biafra have not been addressed, the agitations will continue and anybody can spearhead and get it. And the question even Kanu himself asked from the beginning is, what is stopping all of these things from being addressed? We have people at the different houses. We have people who are supposed to represent our interests to prevent marginalization. Why are we still being marginalized? And looking at the state of the Southeast, I dare ask, are we going to just wake up and fare better simply because we bear a different name? Ask yourself. Praise Darlington Okiwo says, my submission on the issue of Monday sit at home, which has persisted to cease since Kanu's arrest. How you ever try to convince a lady whose heart has been won deeply? I think you mean to say, have you ever tried to convince a lady whose heart has been won deeply? Kanu never used any magic powers in Southeasterners rather than honesty, trust, and being too realistic to the masses, as his intentions were too obvious and was duly acceptable. No doubt about the casualties, but if I'm to say, I would be of the opinion that a solution for the release of Kanu would have to be the easiest and most suitable option. Okay, Tony, your last words.
I think let me address one or two people who raise important issues. One said that if we do not sit at home, how well do we express our dissatisfaction or displeasure over the continuous incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu? There are many ways to do it without sitting at home. Occupy the media space. Occupy the media space intelligently. Articles, interviews, radio, TV discussions, social media campaigns with clear messaging, no threats, cheap national and international opinion, silence or violence allow others to define the narrative. But that's the truth. Also, there is what we call strategic economic pressure. Not self-harm can be used. For example, organize boycott or specific policies of institutions. Boycott of specific institutions, policies of institution. There could be lawful strike by unions that they're not speaking one. I don't want to go deep because we don't have time.
We don't have that time, Tony. Thank you. We're totally out of time.
It's not about sitting at. You're harming yourself. You're holding yourself there. Probably next time I will spill out some other ways we can show displeasure. Absolutely. And for someone who said that because Ojukwu did that, other factors are there, my brother. To get freedom is not by the way they approach we are. No.
We'll see you tomorrow at 9:15 down to 11 a.m. I am Chisom Chinedu. Thank you, Dr. Tony Lisenbeki. And thank you for your calls and your contribution. Good morning.
Before the bridges came,